Hello everyone, my name is Jeff Wong and welcome to my digital story. I'd like to first start off by introducing what my topic is and what was my overall goal for this research. My topic for this research was the role of social media in facilitating protests. So as you may have noticed, that social media platforms such as Facebook, Twitter, Instagram, and YouTube have been highly used not only for connecting with family members, friends, or colleagues through online, but they have also been highly used for facilitating and promoting protest movements on major political or social issues that have taken place around the world for the past recent years, such as Black Lives Matter, March for Our Lives, Occupy Wall Street, Me Too, and the Egyptian Revolution. What these social media platforms have in common is that online users can offer their opinions or thoughts on any political or social issue currently taking place in our society. Not to mention, users can also create their own account on social media to promote future protests around the world. My goal from this research was to find additional information that prove how and why social media has played a critical role in not only for setting up protests around the world, but also allowing activists to spread the message around the world and recruiting more activists to join the movement. And since I focus on three protest movements for my topic, the first movement that I like to discuss about is Black Lives Matter. Social media played a significant role for spreading the movement after the killing of two African American males, Michael Brown and Eric Garner, during the summer of 2014. The Twitter hashtag Black Lives Matter brought the movement to its feet as protesters around the world rallied against police brutality, violence, and racial inequality. As you may have seen on TV since 2016, was that athletes around the world, especially NFL players, protested the national anthem by kneeling or sitting during the anthem to express their voices on the Black Lives Matter movement, as well as on Twitter. The culture focus on this movement is African American protesters and victims that have experienced and witnessed violence and inequality at the hands of police officers. Whites and minorities have also participated in this movement as well. And based on our in-class discussion about the social and critical informatics, I believe that both concepts best apply to the Black Lives Matter movement. In terms of the three social constructions that we've discussed a few weeks back during the semester, I believe that social construction of race best applies to this movement as well. And based on one key point that I've learned from my research that applies to my topic was that activism on social media helped predict future demonstrations and protests throughout the country. And based on what I've learned from the scholars on this movement, from the founders of Black Lives Matter, is that people participate in ensuring freedom for everybody to join something, start something, and spread the message so that everyone can rise and stand up to the movement. The next movement that I would like to now discuss about is the Occupy Wall Street. Nowadays, contemporary social movements rely heavily on online platforms that are provided by social media. The protest was first inspired by the Canadian magazine called Adbusters to rally against economic inequality and to help spread the message, "We are the 99%." Traditional channels of communication such as national and local media helped share information across networks and among residents throughout the country. Social media platforms like Facebook and Twitter played a significant role in spreading the message that and recruiting new participants in the Occupy Wall Street movement, as well as other contemporary social movements. Based on a class reading from the first week of semester, What is Social Informatics and Why Does It Matter? The social context of information technologies play a huge role in influencing how people use information and technologies, as well as their consequences for organizations, work, and other social relationships. A few other key points I've learned about my topic is that likes and comments allow activists to reflect on the movement's identity, and also social media provides support in blurring the boundaries between inside and outside of the movement. The last movement that I would like to get into is the Egyptian Revolution. Twitter and YouTube helped spread the word through published images and videos to all Egyptian residents in response to the brutal killing of Khalid Said. Social media and technology provided activists the resources and tools to not only document but to also share incidents of Egyptian police brutality and injustices, which helped ignite the protests in Egypt. So I believe that social construction of technology is the best social construct that best applies to this movement. And another key point that I've learned from this about this topic is that protest leadership plays a significant role in not only triggering but also shaping the stream of user activities in social media. Based on one book that I'm currently reading for my book report right now, it's called Twitter and Tear Gas. I believe that this book provides further analysis on social movements, strengths, and challenges fueled by new technologies such as the internet and Twitter. The reason why I also thought this source was one of the most informative based on my research was that the author uses her direct experience and observations from political protests to explain how social movements like the Turkish group Occupy Wall Street movement and Tear Gas in Gezi Park are formed and operate differently from previous protests and how they play a significant role in facilitating other future protests around the world. And based on what I've learned from a scholar on this movement, from Wayo Gonim, who created a Facebook page, as you can see on the image on the right-hand side, to memorialize Khalid Said, and based on a quote provided, "The power of the people is stronger than people in power." And some of the main key points I've learned about my topic overall is that social media makes it easier for individuals to obtain information on location and timing of protests, safety, and number of activists. Social media impacts individuals' motivation to join the movement. Likes and comments from any post that you've seen on social media allowed activists to reflect on the movement identity. In addition, activism on social media help predict future protests throughout the country. And finally, protest leadership is significant in triggering and shaping the stream of user activities in social media. Last but not least, for my final paper, here is some outline that you've seen here. For my thesis, I would like to say that with the increasing participation of political and social protests in today's society, social media plays a critical role to motivate activists to join the movement, spread the message to the community, and predict future protests throughout the country. And for the three main points, I'll get into further details about the impacts of social media on Black Lives Matter, Occupy Wall Street, and Egyptian Revolution. Then for my conclusion, I'll bring up some summary key points as well as the main points on my topic overall and what the concluding message is. I hope you all enjoyed my digital story, and please feel free to rewatch if given the chance. Thank you.